Please, please tell me this thing's turned on. Pulling up the chat, I'll start in a second. Hi, Railblade, how you doing? So I know there was some issue with the audio balancing last time, so just let me know if my voice volume is okay and if it's balancing well with the game's audio. And until, I guess, I'll give it a little bit, but we're gonna do what we did before, maybe do a couple dailies and then start the MSQ. Actually, what I might do, I might do maybe leveling and then Alliance raid. Enjoying my morning here with your stream. How's your day? It was alright. Was kind of busy. Running around for most of the day. Actually just got back home. Barely in the nick of time. But I made it. So I might do the leveling roulette first, because I'm trying to get Scholar and Summoner, because they level together, which is really convenient. I wish more of the classes did that. But yeah, I'm trying to get Scholar / Summoner to level 50. So I might do the leveling roulette first. I do like how they did that, though. Because it's like, one's a DPS, the other is a healer, so you can just do the healer for the duty finder, and you'll just insta-queue. And it'll level them both up. Oh, except we're getting a trial anyway. Okay. This shouldn't take long. As an aside, when it comes to the job gear, at least for the Realm Reborn jobs at level 50, I really hate how you get the torso piece last. So like from level 45 up until level 50, you're just looking real goofy. I should probably heal this guy before I forget. You're just looking real goofy. You have everything except the torso piece, which is like the most noticeable piece of gear. As you can see with my Scholar, I have everything except the coat. It jumped away at the last second. Actually, I'm gonna place, yeah. I know I talked a lot of shit about Scholar when I first reviewed A Realm Reborn, but I kind of like it. I like how they kept the pet aspect from Summoner, and you can, like, you have the fairy, like, auto-healing any nearby people. Right done. I really like the second bass song. Okay, it's wraps. He ain't gonna survive much longer. Art of War, what is that? Deals unaspected damage with the potency of 150 to all your... Okay, so it's an AoE offensive move. Okay. I guess it'll be like the Scholar's equivalent of a Holy, I would assume. Seems like it. Oh, right. System config, because I wanted to do the, Where's the setting that, unless I find it first, but where's the setting that lets you, like, if you do a dungeon, but you've done it before, it skips the cutscene for you without you having to do anything? And if I find it, I find it. I'm curious. Maybe it's under character config. Item, UI, display, hotbar. Probably under system. Which one? I do not know. Sounds, graphics. Under character. Is it character configuration or character right here? This character to the left or character configuration and system? This, right? Character config. Okay, so I'm in the right place. I just gotta find it. Hey, Hydra, how are you? I'm gonna turn that off too, actually. I don't want that. Oh my gosh, I hope you enjoy your journey. I love finding new FF14 players. It is such a good journey. Yeah, I like it so far. A Realm Reborn was kind of long and boring, but everything from Heavensward onward, or from what I've seen at least, has been pretty fun. And even A Realm Reborn on its own was a decent, like, Final Fantasy story, I would say. So, I've been loving it so far. Seeing new FFXIV reminds me of how old I am getting being a 1.0 beta player myself. Wow. You're an OG, huh? One second, I might look it up. Oh, it's under control settings? Oh, cutscene skipping. Okay. Skip playback of previously viewed scenario cutscenes. Patient cutscenes. So I guess scenario would be the dungeons. Everything from here on is gravy. The longest plug is the Realm Reborn for sure. From here, in my personal opinion, each one gets better. Yep, my name is in the 2.0 credits. That's crazy. Okay, I might do an alliance raid and then we can, like, start the MSQ. I also upgraded my relic weapon a little bit more from last week, so it's hyperconductive now. Yeah. I guess I can head back over to Ishgard. Hey there, weapons in chat. How are you doing? Lexcanium? Is that... Sorry if I butchered that. It's the same for all legacy players that survived. Experienced the days of pre-2.0. I heard it was rough. That's all I gotta say. Honestly, had it still been available, I probably would have at least tried it. Just to see, but... You know. It is what it is. But you did get it right. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. That's nice to know. Okay, I do have one more thing to ask. The accents. Last time I streamed last week, I was trying to do like accents for like all the characters. Is it gonna be like a deal breaker if I just decide to just read it in my normal voice, because I am not feeling like doing the doing the fake accents tonight? I'm just kind of tired. I'm not really feeling it. Is that okay with y'all? No, you don't need to voice act everything. Very few streamers do. Okay. Alright. That's cool. Okay. I'll just read everything normally then. I know for myself, I hear whatever accent I think the script is calling up. You certainly do not need to work that hard. Yeah, I was surprised how much it took out of me when I tried it. I was like, okay, this will be fun, and like, that was actually quite draining. Oh, there we go. That was sooner than I thought. Back to Crystal Tower. It's always that one DPS. I hope he didn't go to cook something or something, thinking it was going to take a while. I forgot the mechanics for up here. I guess I'll be BSing it. Tales of Berseria, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5 Royal, Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinite, and Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition still on hold. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long run. Yeah. Backlog's getting kind of ridiculous, not gonna lie. I always picture someone running from the bathroom yelling, "No, I am coming, don't time out." Alright, I'll read the rest of it after this. Gotta focus. Is it over? It's over. Okay. Remember the Heavensward days? They were so much different when I experienced it. For example, Bard and Machinist had cast bars to fire their weapon skills. Okay, that's... I haven't played Machinist yet, but I have played Bard. Certainly wasn't like that. That's interesting. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I think the next time he uses that move, I have to stand on the other color. Could be wrong. I don't know why I use that if this guy's a boss. He's probably immune to it. Oh shoot, I gotta stand on the other side. I think once he does that, you gotta stand on. Okay, a whole bunch of people just died. Alright, he's done. Also, Dark Knight did a lot more MP management than what they do now. Yeah, I got Paladin to level 60. And it was either 58 or 60 where I finally got like Clemency, which is like the first actual spell that you know is Paladin. I'm like, wait a second. This tank class has spells? What? So yeah. Only lasted during 3.0 through 3.55, and then it changed back to normal at 4.0 for Bard and Machinist. Hard time seeing where your HUD shows your debuffs and buffs. Wherever that is, it should indicate what the next color you need to be on. I think I never remember well. Buffs are right next to my name, although I have it like really small. Debuffs I think are like, I don't know. It's usually right near my name, like kind of in this area. But yeah, I set everything to really small so that like it didn't, my UI didn't like completely like cover the screen. Got it, yeah. Right up here. No, buffs appear up here. I'm not sure. I would assume debuffs are not too far away from it. Five-headed dragon. Can I target these things? Doesn't seem like it. Oh. Hold on, there was something else. I was pressing tab and it seemed like there was another target in the room, but I couldn't quite pinpoint it. Healer down. And I'm about to join him. Got me frozen mid-jump. I think the Cerberus is next. Missed the days when the jump got you out of mechanics some of the times at least. That was a thing. Jump will be the reason I get caught up in mechanics. Which one am I? I'm C. B for belly. That's good to know, actually. I'm in C, though, not B. At least you do the best job of tanking the floor. That's why I don't play my Dragoon much anymore. C for chains. Okay, so... guess we'll target the chains later. I'll be right back. I had to take that, sorry about that. Yeah, speaking of floor tanking, I died! Right when we were talking about Dragoon tanking the floor. C group has to put him in the chains. B belly, A adds. Best floor tanks ever. Dragoon turning blue when? Oh, C goes over here. Oh shit. Is she done? I guess so. Of the Pixel remasters on... Oh, there's one before it. 1 second. Okay, let me get out of this dungeon so I'm not distracted anymore. Let me do that. Healer. You're both white mages. I'm sorry, I can't tell you all apart. Here's a tip you shouldn't forget about this game. Do ABC, which means always be casting. Okay, I try my best. With the release of the Pixel remaster on console, I took the opportunity to play through FF3 for the first time a month back. It's wild how many references are littered throughout the MSQ. Yeah, I played, I've played 3, but it was the 3D Chibi DS version, the remake. And I never did beat it. I probably should one day. Crystal Tower being a huge one, of course. Yeah, I know that's like the biggest. A living DPS is still better than a dead DPS, so run, cast at the same time, slide cast that bad boy. Okay. Played 3 at the time of its release. Here in the US, I am old and my favorite is still that one. Huh? FF3's first release wasn't that long ago on the DS. Well, here it released as 6. Yeah, it's, I was talking about the actual, like, Final Fantasy III, the one that was in Japan, and it was Japan only for a while, and then it didn't come to the US till way later. Yeah, I know that when 2 or 4 got rebranded as 2, and then 6 got rebranded as 3, and then the Japanese versions, the actual Final Fantasies 2, 5, and 6, sorry, no, 2, 3, and 5 came over to the States and the West later. I just go by their correct numbering since they're all out and localized now. Yeah, we're talking about the original back in the day, like the one right before 7 with Tifa. Yeah, I know that one. It was like, it was, they called it 3, but it was actually 6. But because the last one that had come over was 4, and that was 2, they made 3. So it's confusing the more you talk about it, honestly. Yeah, it gets clunky. The one with Terra is the one I played first. That was actually the first one I beat. Technically the first one I played was 10. I had it on my PS2, but I was really little. I didn't have the attention span to finish it. I didn't finish it until I got a PS4 years later. The first one I beat was a 6 on an emulator back in high school, which was really just a few years ago. It was mainly because 2 and 3 were still NES games. I've watched LPs of those versions before. They were quite interesting with how broken they were. My old brain still gets it late. My first was Mystic Quest. Oh no. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start this main story quest, stuff. I think we found Thancred. We stopped like some crazy, church dude from killing a girl and stuff. And someone made an attempt on Amaric's life, so there was that, but he's fine now. So I think they said they found, like, Menphilia's mom, or that's who we're trying to find next, the Mikote. Yes, her. Alphino, weapons, I've been looking all over for you. Have fun, I have to go walk my dogs and cook dinner. Enjoy. Alright, nice having you. Thanks for coming by. We've received news regarding Philhamen? Philhamen? I assume. I've seen her name a bunch of times, I've never had to pronounce it. As with most of the names in this game. Foray Boulder and Coltonet. Really? Has something happened? You're at the beginning of 3.2. Yeah, so up until last week I had done base Heavensward and I hadn't continued since then. So, yeah. Depending on what you think is my first RPG... What you think is my first RPG was either Chrono Trigger in 95 or Ys 3 Wanderers from Ys on SNES in 92. Some of y'all old. No offense, but like, dang. No, it's nothing bad, quite the opposite in fact. It seems that once they learn the Scion's good name has been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa Lominsa. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean, and you don't mind being spied on. Don't forget about Frey and the I assume Dark Knight job quest. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in a little bit. What I'm doing, since... well, we'll see. What I was gonna do, since I almost have Scholar / Summoner to 50, I was gonna get that to 50, and then maybe start with that, because I think once I'm done with Scholar and Summoner, I'll have all the Realm Reborn jobs at least leveled to a decent... No, that's not true. I didn't do Monk. But it's fine, I can skip Monk for the time being. Nobody cares about Monk. Well, maybe some do. I don't. Maybe later. But yeah, I plan to do it soon. Oh good. The first game console I played was an Intellivision when I was 2 years old in the early 80s. I hope you don't mind erotic role-playing. I don't know, man. I ain't feeling up to it tonight. Maybe some other time. Quite, but what wonderful news to think that our reunion is close at hand. Pleasure to see you too, Alphino. Ah, Thancred. Ryle. What brings you two here? Kryle and I have been looking into how we might track down Menphilia. And we may just have found the answer. Wait, who's missing besides Menphilia? Hold on, we got Alphino back, we got Y'shtola back. Thancred. Urianger was never really missing. Star's been with us. Yeah, actually, if I'm not mistaken, No. Eden and Papa Lima are also missing. Well, they're not... You as the player know where they are, but, like, the characters don't. So yeah, Ida, Papa Lima, and Menphilia are the only ones missing. Weapons, when you were fleeing Uldar with Menphilia, you said that Heidelin spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to I can't speak. suspect that it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Heidelin commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all still quite hypothetical. I think someone's cutting grass outside, so apologies if y'all can hear that. But I propose that such intervention, however subtle, may surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the ether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we will require suitable data. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The battleground where weapons felled the Ultima weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. 'Twas there that Heidelin intervened to shield her from the magic I invoked. Crowley and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you, alone. I have a proven knack for subterfuge, and I am confident there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Cryle while the patrol pass. Dang, you're throwing shade because of her size, y'all. Besides, if you and weapons come along, who will see to Phil Hammond's grand homecoming? Because it's always effing Minfilia. No, but really, she's like the Princess Peach of this game. Like, literally the most important thing, or things that she's been doing up until this point, as far as I can tell, has been getting kidnapped. We gotta pull her out every time. Pray return to the waking sands. When you put it like that, very well. I will trust in your plan. I know not whether this data will yield a means to find Minfilia, but it will, at the very least, eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Sataru and I will will return to the Rising Stone to make preparations for our comrade's return. Might I impose upon you to meet them at the Lamenton docks? And I shall see the four of you at the Rising Stone. Safe travel. See ya. Rendezvous with Vilhamen in Linsta Lominsa. I missed out on the NES and SNES RPGs. As I was a Genesis kid, my first RPG was Shining Force 1 and 2, good games, tactical RPGs, a bit different than Final Fantasy. I didn't play a Final Fantasy game until 7. Yeah, it seems like 7 was a lot of people's first game. Like, yeah, not an uncommon story. At the very least, her significant becomes better at Shadowbringers. Okay, I look forward to it. Where in Limsa is this? Arcanist Guild, okay. There she is. Oh, and these two, I remember them from the Crystal Braves. Or the former Crystal Braves members now, but yeah. Oh, Weapons, how have you been? Come here, let me have a good look at you. Thank the 12. One hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I was worried about you all every day. We would have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us no opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it was all we could do to escape. Tataru found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hannish vessel. It pained us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we? Coltonet studied, trained from dusk till dawn we did. We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. Yeah, about that. Minfilia's gone missing too. What do you mean? What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? Actually, they were there before the Crystal Braves. Hori challenged you to a fight in 2.1 if I remember. I do think I remember that, actually. Yeah. It's kind of all running together for me, but, yeah, you might be right. Forgive me, I am sure you are doing everything in your power to find her. As Thancred must be. He watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last. I shall pray for her safe return, and busy myself in the meantime. For a certainty there is much more to be done. The Braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains. We shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit. To the Scions, and a long overdue reunion. Huzzah! Well, there you have it, to the Rising Stones. Hi, Wolfster. How you doing? How has your day been? What did I miss? I did a couple dailies. I did some leveling, and then I did the I did an alliance raid while everyone was kind of getting in. We just
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Of course it's voiced as soon as I yeah, we just started the MSQ. Brett found out where Minfilia's cat girl mom was, met up with her, met the other two guys who were oh shit, they're not Crystal Braves, but they were kind of working with the Scions shortly after the Ultima Weapon incident. We met them, the Rogadin and the Elizin guy. And we met them again. They're fine. And these two, Thancred and Kryle, are about to sneak into the Empire's base. And that is my very half-assed summary of what's gone on so far. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. It has been almost 10 years since I last experienced patch 2.1. It's kind of crazy to think like this game is like, when did it come out? Like, if you count 1.0, 2010, if you count A Realm Reborn, then like 2012, 2013-ish. This game's over 12 years. Sorry, not 12. 10 years old at this point. 10 and some change. Kind of crazy. Stormblood might be a snooze fest story-wise, but the patch MSQ is gonna make up for that till Shadowbringers. Okay. Yeah. I might finally, when I get to Stormblood, I might finally switch jobs, at least for, like, going through the MSQ, because I've been a Dragoon, Lancer/Dragoon, like, for this whole time. I'm thinking of doing Samurai. I might, once Heavensward wraps up, I might, switch over to Samurai, level that up, and then do Stormblood as that. Because it seems really fun. And I'm a fucking weeb, so, you know, there's that too.
Let us be about our business, then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out.
Samurai would be very thematic for Stormblood. Yeah, I think so too, because it's like Eastern themed, right? You need someone for dungeons, let me know. Okay. Well, I am a DPS class, so if I have to wait for a dungeon, y'all will probably notice because I'll have to wait a while.
Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path.
I'm confused. How old was Thancred when this all went down? Because I'm thinking, was he not a kid too, or... I don't know.
She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
Oh, time for you to return the favor.
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
Okay. Honestly, I feel Stormblood isn't as bad as some people say. I enjoyed the story through the whole thing, and yeah, I switched to Samurai for Stormblood too, and it's a fun class. Good choice. I was thinking about that too. Yeah, I've seen it. It looks pretty fun. I might do that. Well, Samurai is one of the poster jobs for Stormblood alongside Monk. Fun facts, that event happens in 1.0. What, you mean what Thancred was just talking about? Oh, yeah, see, okay, he's referring to a cutscene that happened during 1.0. Or even run around the Forbidden Land, Eureka in circles for your relic weapon. Womanizing Bard. He was a bard? Who does he think he is, Olivier? I mean, when you see him in 1.0, he's in Ul'dah with two ladies. Man. Some things never change, huh? Okay. 2 Revenants toll. Feels good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors, friends and family with whom we have shared so much. Gods help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let's not keep them waiting. So weapons, I found you via the YouTube algorithm, pointing me to your catching the Final Fantasy XIV Fever video. Do you think you'll continue to release videos on your thoughts as you continue the story? Yeah, that's the plan. So once I finish Heavensward and all the patches, I was gonna make one video on that in a very similar form to how I did A Realm Reborn, and it's my intention to do that with every expansion until I'm all caught up. There are videos on YouTube showing the intro cutscene for Ul'dah if you are ever curious in checking that out someday. Maybe. Content of new people experiencing the MSQ always seems to do very well on YouTube, so there's that too. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Alianne! Efemi, it fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and healthy. And what of Higiri? She is well, though abroad on a mission at present. It just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. We could do with more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companions brings a belch, brings a bloody tear to my eye. To secret oneself in a ship hold to secure safe passage to a faraway land. This is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I should like to seek a formal introduction. Wait. Why wait, my friend? Come, there's no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I am happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less accommodating. Glad though I am to be home, I cannot help but think of those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I will join the search. Orcher, what in the seven hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why you, brother, you and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Oh, it's Ocher, not Orcher. He's not a tree. Yet now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me. You trained with the Hanish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies. That sounds great. Super excited to be with you on this journey and see how those videos come out. I can play healer so you can skip the queue times. Okay. If for some reason there's a new dungeon that unlocks or something I gotta do it, then I'll just let me know when you're logged in and I'll put up like something in Party Finder. I guess. It's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. It was the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they are returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Alphino. I know we will. Minfilia, Ida, Papalimo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. Or I can DC travel to Balmung. Maybe. What is this? A Pororogo. Oh, a minion. Okay. Alphino is eager to return. Eager, not eagle. Eager to return to the search for Minfilia. Thancred and Krau contacted us a short while ago. It seemed that they're forwarding to Castrum Meridium, whatever. Boarfruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them in Ishtola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Data center travel. Okay, if you were wondering. I wasn't sure what DC meant. I was like, huh? Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. It's nice that we finally got Rising Stones back. Such a cool place. Oh, I forgot I can't fly over here. Dang it. I got flying in some of the Heavensward areas, just not over here yet. But I think most of them I can fly in them now. My apologies, I see I am the last to arrive, so what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the ether at the scene of the Ultima weapon's destruction, a ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, where I believe Hydaelyn shielded me with the Blessing of Light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Silda aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Hydaelyn, there's no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Y'shtola used flow, it appeared that not 2, but 3 beings had been affected. Yet unlike Y'shtola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of ether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that, when communicating with Hydaelyn, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1. Hydaelyn interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Y'shtola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Hydaelyn may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Hydaelyn guided Minfilia into the compass of my magic, that she might summon her body and soul unto the ethereal sea? In which case, we must needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. I speak of the Anti-Tower, a Charlene construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Anti-Tower? I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. We really do owe her after this. Yeah, with Endwalker, they introduced the ability to visit other data centers. It's a bit of work and restriction, but it's fun to be able to play with friends no matter what server you're in. Accept friend request from... Oh, Curiel Wolf. I'm assuming this is you, Wolfster, if the last name's anything to go by. Yeah, I'll take it. Back to the old FF1 reference. Yep. Oh, you mean I gotta... Fine. I guess we're doing this the hard way. Still can't fly here either. Anyway, her cave is a straight shot downwards. I just wonder if this side quest in here is an Aether Current quest. But I'll at least accept it. Nope. Alright, I'll do you later. What do you think of the Aether Current collection requirement in order to access flying zones? It was originally introduced in Heavensward along with flying. When you put it that way, it kind of makes sense. It is the way it is then, because I guess if it was introduced, if flying itself was introduced in Heavensward, then it makes sense that they weren't going to make you go back into a Realm Reborn and do Aether Current quests for, like, all the areas you've already been to. So when you put it that way, it kind of makes sense. Being used to the fact that I could fly in a Realm Reborn, though, and then I couldn't in Heavensward was pretty annoying, though. So it's like, I can understand why it's like that when you put it that way, but from my point of view, it's really annoying. But I at least have somewhat of a better understanding of it now. Are the other expansions like that too, where you can't fly until you do Aether Current quests? Yeah, oh god damn it. Oh well. Guess I better get used to it. Flying in the Realm Reborn zones actually wasn't added into the game until Shadowbringers. Oh, so I've just been spoiled. I got spoiled is what you're saying. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry into the Anti-Tower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported to the Ethereal Sea. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? The tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I feel sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as a custodian. Role? Hardly. Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Anti-Tower was sealed save one. My role consists on making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. You, Baldessian girl, you're staying here with me. I need your help to restore the wards to their original state. The rest of you can go, on the condition that you clean up the mess in the tower. If you encounter any unruly familiars, you tend to them. Those are my terms, and I'll hear no argument. Of course there was a catch. Well, it appears the mistress has spoken. Lead the way, weapons. You've been spoiled a long time already. You don't have to deal with accuracy stats, a shorter list of ARR MSQ quests, dealing with TP. Old man ranting continues for 2 more hours. Yeah, I did hear about that though, like A Realm Reborn was actually longer and there were other quests and they cut out the filler. And like they say that the way it is now, even though it's still kind of a slog, it's like the best that they can do with... You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the best state they can put it in. So I can only imagine. I take it the anti-tower's outside. And don't forget, walking up the hill in the snow both ways. Invite me, okay, I'll invite you in a second. You mean walking to the Waking Sands with no free teleports? Oh my goodness! Yeah, teleporting in this game is a godsend. Friends. Okay, you're in. Wait a minute, is this thing... Oh, anti-tower's inside. Stupid. I thought it was outside. Wow. And she did point at the door, too. Alright. Enter the anti-tower with other players. Okay, I'm gonna assume the... Why can't I... Oh, because I still have Alliance raid checked. Okay, that explains it. Alright. Anti-tower, let's go. Looks like you're about to get your wish, Wolfster. We're going in. One or more party members have yet to complete this duty. Yeah, me. Enjoy the bonus tombstones, I guess. The music is nice here. Also David Bowie reference, or David Bowie reference. I don't know how to spell the name, I just know because other people told me. The dragons and dragoons are spearheading each other in the sky. Let that sink in. I'm so used to doing level 50 dungeons, I keep forgetting I have one more move after the Chaos Thrust, or whatever. I had to scoot up a little bit closer to the desk. Amusingly, if you notice, the chat bubble, the boss says it ain't easy being green after you beat it. I remember, yeah, he said it's not easy being something. I didn't get to read the last part, though. Okay, boss number 2. Oh shit. Damn. That almost got me. Alright, I'm a tune out. The reviews, requests are still there. Remember, catch you all very soon. Bye, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, Blood Knight. Pun, 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 ha, 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 ha. Big funny. So what patch are Heavensward? I think someone had said it was 3.2 I'm at right now. Okay, so how did you like Heavensward before its patches? It was really cool. I really liked it. It was short, but not necessarily a bad thing because I think it was just the right length. Like as soon as it needed to end, it ended. Which was something a Realm Reborn, I didn't really get that feeling from it. Oh, also what I brought up, last time about how like it feels like they'll force in some. Hey, aren't these the dolls from Final Fantasy IV? Or like a reference to those at least? This looks very familiar. And I'm pretty sure this is the same song. And they shall combine. Yep, the Brinas and the Kalkas. And they shall combine to form one giant, massive doll. Maybe, I don't know. Yes, the dolls from FF4. Oh, whoa. And they got AoEs for days. I'll just do one at a time. Of course. I saw this coming. How did I know? Just like in their original game. Dollhouse. I don't like the looks of that. There we go. We're done. Fuck them kids. I kind of want that, actually. Oh, Wolfster's already gone. Okay, give it to the tank. Thank you for your help, Wolfster. So what has been your favorite trial so far? Oh,
Hear, feel, think.
I'll think about it over the cutscene and then let you know.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst. We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia.
Excuse me? What? Bitch, you got a lot of explaining to do. Favorite trial, I'd probably say, I don't know, they're all so good, though. I would say... I almost want to say Garuda, but, like, she's probably a close second. I would say my favorite... I assume when you mean trials, you mean, like, the primal fights or whatever. Favorite is probably, though, Knights of the Round, or Thoradin, or whatever you want to call them. But just, like, I think it was, like, a really clever way of implementing, like, Knights of the Round into the story and stuff. Even though his fight, I don't recall it being that hard, considering the build up towards it, but, yeah, probably my favorite. Least favorite, I forgot its name, but the thing that the Vanu worship, the fat bird people, yeah, their primal or whatever, probably my least favorite. Not because it's bad, it's just the most forgettable out of all of them so far. I actually had to think and, like, remember that that one even existed. So, probably that one.
Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word.
How did she grow her hair out so fast? How? Explain. Yeah, the way, like, because, you know, with primals, usually it takes, like, the faith of whatever, of whoever's trying to, or the group that's trying to summon it, along with, like, some source for, like, Aether. Is it Aether? I hope I'm getting this right. But yeah, it's those two things that you need to summon a primal. And the fact that he used basically the sort of the theocracy that had been set up in Ishgard as the sort of, you know, the faith side of things, all those fervent prayers, combined with Nidhogg's, one of Nidhogg's eyes that the first Azure Dragoon claimed, and just those two elements together, like, used it to turn himself into a primal. Again, I just think it was like really, just a really clever way of implementing Knights of the Round into the game. Yes, Aether and the prayers of the hopeful. Okay. Gordon's difficulty was likely saved for the extreme. Oh, I forgot these things probably. Okay. So primals introduced after A Realm Reborn also get extreme versions as well.
Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone.
Yes, okay.
Her voice silent once more. I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world.
Okay, did they like fuse or something? That's what I seem to be getting from this, but I could be wrong. Even Ultima Weapon got one, which if you are unprepared will absolutely destroy you. Yeah, I haven't done any of the extremes. I guess probably because they're not really required. For the MSQ. But yeah, I heard they were significantly harder than than their normal and hard variations.
Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think.
No, Hydaelyn is just using Minfilia as a way to communicate. Oh, okay. So she's just like a mouthpiece or spokesperson.
Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one.
So this is still Hydaelyn speaking to me, but through Minfilia.
But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3,
yes,
we were
okay.
then divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source.
To any of you in this stream who happen to be Trails fans and you're usually watching my Trails content, I will never be able to look at the word barrier the same way ever again. Crossspell has forever ruined that word for me. I can't escape it.
Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks.
I think we can all agree that La Habrea was done dirty. Is he, like, gone for good now? Because I know, like, they, like, in A Realm Reborn, it's like, we expelled him. So it's like you were kind of sort of led to believe he was gone, but then he comes back for, comes back in Heavensward. I assume he's, like, gone for good now, though. I do agree with you. He did seem to die a little too early, considering how much emphasis was put on him. Barriers are everywhere and all around you. You need to get over it. I guess so. It's literally in the song, huh? Oh yeah, La Habrea was absorbed by Thornton. Oh, right, right.
7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed.
We influenced by Lloyd a lot more than we thought. I don't know what it is. That man's got the magic touch. I swear.
The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final.
Hell's going on?
The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
So is Heidelin, like, dead now, or is she just useless? Because she said the power of the crystal was spent, so does that mean she's, like, I don't know.
You've had another vision, haven't you? Let us return to Master Matoya's cave. Everyone will wish to hear what you saw.
Heidelin isn't dead, just unable to do anything now. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering, I'm like, dead or just, you know, unable to do anything.
Still in one piece, are we? Well, did you learn anything?
She needs to recharge her batteries with ether.
The word of the mother? I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Heidelin than Menphilia. And if Heidelin has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Menphilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying... Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Seriously, he still hasn't recovered from the whole Crystal Brave situation. Go easy on him, alright?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die.
Some of you may die, but it is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait!
I can imagine he's not taking it too well.
No. No, this is all wrong.
That was fun. I was more than happy to join when you hit the next dungeon. Alright. Will do. She's not coming back, is she? Well. Yeah, Thancred. It feels like he failed her twice over. I mean, Hydaelyn failed 7 times, so he's not that bad. Yet. Yeah. She did what she thought was best. I know that I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So will we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the darkest defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. It ends when it ends. First Menphilia's dead, and now her. Yeah. I must ask that you not breathe a word to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Philhamen. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned, as well as Urianger. He may have insight into what the word told us. As for you, weapons, after all you have done, I would say you have earned a rest. For how long? 2 seconds? 3? But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Amaric while you were away. It would seem that he is planning a ceremony of some sort and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit.
Pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst.
By the way, weapons, have you started on the Trials questline for Heavensward? I don't think I have. Ever since I beat Thoradin, I've been doing the MSQ, as far as Heavensward stuff is concerned.
Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon, through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance.
Yeah, good catch.
Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire. But if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change.
If you ever decide to do it, I would recommend that you hold off on it until near the end of the Heavensward patch MSQ. Okay. Are you talking about, because at the end of, at the end of the base Heavensward story, like, there was like, I think it was Sid and someone else who was working on something or whatever. And like he shouted like, that's a primal, like at the end of it or whatever. Is that what you're referring to, or is it something else? You mentioned that, I reminded of that. Is that something I need to like address anytime soon? No, that was for the raids. Okay.
'Tis nothing. 'Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen.
The Trials questline is started in Ishgard. That's Alexander. It's the raid series. Okay. Well, if it's another raid, I might have to do it later anyway. Okay, good to know.
It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the Zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead.
Yeah, I remember the last time we tried to hold a big event, though, and I got falsely accused of killing someone. I'm just saying. I don't like where this is going.
I knew you would understand.
Starting in Heavensward, the raids can be done synced.
The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest.
Raid series Alexander, Trial series Warring Triad, both are optional content, but great stories. Okay.
Lucia is there, seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing.
One more thing.
A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
I don't mind the conflict in Ishgard, but I would have preferred having the internal Ishgardian conflict be more gray. Yeah, I guess so, because it's... Yeah, I would say, like, if it's, like, literally their religion and it's a theocracy and this whole thing is, like, so ingrained in them, it would make sense that, like... I was expecting actually a lot more, like, resistance to, like, accepting, like, you know, accepting a change after, you know, doing what you were used to for so many years. Why they made a normal version and then introduced a savage version harder. Plus, after you do a few Alexander taxis, you'll unlock Raid Roulette for the dailies. Warrior of Light getting PTSD about that drug drink, I know, right? Love the Ishgard night theme. Yeah, the night themes especially are really good in this game. Most of the night themes are actually, I dare say, they're better than the day themes. That's my opinion, though. The Lord Commander said you would come, weapons. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The masons labor day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Amaric wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he will be pleased with the result. It was not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I'm rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go rest. I will not keep you. Like I would have preferred that there were some in the church who opposed Amaric's order to assassinate Thornton, but actively opposed the true brothers. Okay, so just a little more complexity instead of just hard and fast, like, we're with him, we're against him. Like, it's kind of, they're a bit more wishy-washy, and you kind of have to... It's like everything is like a case-by-case sort of thing instead of just... I think I see what you're trying to say now. If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest, make your presence known to the people, and so forth. In addition to those who have come from far and wide to attend the ceremony, you may meet Lords Atwarel and Emma Nellen, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. I'm glad to see the rumors were true. Well met, Mistress C.I., and fear not. I have no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Vidofnir may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. I've got a run for, but looking forward to catching you again in the future. Thank you for the stream and for getting back to Final Fantasy XIV. Hey, no problem. It was long overdue. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. You know, when everything's set to begin, I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Amaric was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter, too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it by the fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. Trails are the real exception to a very damning depiction of religion in RPGs. This is already more nuanced than most. Yeah, it was very it was very surprising, at least so far. The church is kind of, it's sort of just there at worst, and at best it's a force of good, at least currently. So yeah, because yeah, usually when religion gets brought up in any like JRPG, especially a JRPG, it's usually bad. It's usually like some kind of cult, and it's usually, yeah, gonna cause you big problems later. But yeah, Trails isn't like that, at least so far. And they say, I've never played a Dragon Quest game, but they say Dragon Quest is kind of like that too, where the church is kind of just there and it doesn't really give you any issues. Yeah, that's really interesting. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand, we've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that we're close to a reconciliation comes as a great relief. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. And here I am, laboring to make it so. Lord Atwarel, if I may. Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Did something bad happen? Why'd the music stop? Hold on. Oh no. Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me. They would defy Sir Amric's commands if they dare attack Vidofnir. It will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a Lord of House Fortom's present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Emanelian while I am away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, changeable child, but recently seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. I did like Thoradin's conversation with Amric in that flashback. It showed Thoradin was wrong, but we could also somewhat understand his position given the dragon's eternal hatred. Yeah, and also I think in that same conversation he had said, even if it was a lie, was it really wrong if it was a way to, if it provided order and structure? And that in and of itself was pretty debatable. Playing through the Dragon Quest MMO at the moment, through the fan translation, and I can confirm so far the church has been rather chill so far. Emanelian is less than his usual effervescent self. I wonder if he's because I know him. That's the simp, or that's what I call him, because he was like crushing on that other girl at the beginning of the expansion. But I wonder if he doesn't completely. If he's not completely convinced on this whole forming peace with the dragons, and he's like planning on trying to stop them. I wonder. Hey, sorry I haven't been here. Last minute stuff came up. It's fine. Welcome to the Stream Kingdom, Ace. I'm rather busy at the moment, old girl, guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Artorel thought I might be derelict to my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guest to be devoured by wolves, oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map, if I may, right there. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave it to you, old girl. Come, honor it. Honoroit. Missed the eye. I must return to my rounds. Oh dear, do be careful, my lady. I'm talking to my character like she's 60. I promise you, she ain't that old. So who did you prefer as a main antagonist, Gaius or Thordan? That's a hard one. And the thing is, they're both like they're not, none of them were like mustache twirling evil, you know, like they all, you could kinda somewhat understand where they were coming from even if you didn't agree, if that makes sense. I kind of like Gaius more, that's just my personal opinion. I thought he was a little cooler as a villain. I do wish we had like, I don't know, like I do wish they had kind of delved into him as a person a little bit more. I feel like they kind of got that right with Thordan and not so much with Gaius. So I kind of wish we had gotten that from him, but I like him better just aesthetically, I would say. I don't know if maybe they did that in 1.0, because he was in 1.0, right? So I don't know if maybe that was something they did in 1.0 and I just wasn't there for it, and then, you know. The Black Wolf. Weapon CI, Wolf's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I've completed my round to that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made that arsonist confess. Clever, that. Thancred, was it? He was asking after you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. Fancy meeting you here, Weapons. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. These two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest then and see what other throwing tasks he may have for us. Yeah, it looks to me like that guy is a fetch quest incarnate. Yes, Gaius was in 1.0, though we never knew much about his background. We do know that oh my god, excuse me. We do know that just like in A Realm Reborn, he treated all races equally. He doesn't just think the Eorzean leaders are good leaders. He even tried to stop Dalaman's fall back in 1.0 by providing the main character with info on Nael. Interesting. Yeah, it's less so he wanted reform, albeit he was pretty extreme about it, but yeah, yeah, it's not like he wanted to tear the place up just for the sake of it. He had a purpose, I guess. When you said he tried to stop Dalaman's fall, was he aware that Bahamut was inside of it, or did he suspect that like something was up with Dalaman, or was that just a coincidence? And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes if I ever saw them, comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is not left to do but enjoy a well-earned respite. Respite, whatever. Yeah, he suspected something was up with Dalaman, he just didn't know what. Okay. For those we have lost... Okay. How far along are we? 7. Alright, here's what I might do. I might do one more story quest, and then when I'm done with whatever this is, depending on how long it is, but when I'm done with that, I think I'm going to start taking on those Dark Knight quests. Ironically, I think Blood Knight's gone. But I was planning to do those soon anyway. I don't know, I kind of just feel like it, so... yeah, we'll do this first. Oh, and this should, of course, go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? That's where L wouldn't understand. Right then, the first floor of those barracks have been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I agree. Go on ahead, Weapons. I will join you anon.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment.
Is that Nia's English voice actor from Xenoblade? She kind of sounds like her.
Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some color back in them cheeks.
You sound very familiar. I know Fiora's English voice actor is voicing Tataru, so that's why I asked.
afraid food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all.
I don't know. Oh, she sounds familiar, that's why I asked. The ironic thing is that Gaius lost to us mainly due to basically being cut from support in the Empire and having less than half of a full-strength legion. Well, thank God that he did.
Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting.
I'm not all too familiar with British VAs. Neither am I. I can barely recognize the English ones, honestly. But, I mean, I just thought I'd ask. Camera work to make this tiny room look decent size always impresses me.
When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
Uh-oh. You can tell when the music stops, something's about to happen.
You were right, mother. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest.
Shit.
After all you've done, I say you've earned it.
Damn it. I knew this was going to be a bad idea. Fucked over at the banquet version 2.0. Now I'm the one on the floor after a drink.
Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs. This was never your fight.
God damn. Fool me twice, shame on me.
My son. They told me he walks in Hallone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future.
Between this and what happened back at the end of ARR, I think the Warrior of Light would develop some paranoia about drinking anything they didn't prepare themselves. I mean... I don't know. You know what they say, though? Third time's a charm. Are we getting this again in Stormblood? Hey, Warrior of Light, we got this big party planned for you. You know, come on, take a seat, have something to drink. You totally won't pass out this time, we promise. Well, the Warrior of Light did show that when we met with Amric before the conference. I think I remember that. Yeah, she kind of frowned a little bit and then smiled. Or, like, nodded. I don't remember. Yeah, you could see some kind of, are you sure this is a good idea? And the one in A Realm Reborn, Amric planned that one, too. Without realizing what was going to happen, right? Poor Amric. He's going to be feeling extra beat up about this when this is over. Was it him who decided to hold it was him who decided to hold the banquet, right? And then he invited everyone else from all the city-states, if I'm not mistaken, and not the other way around.
But he was my future, my flesh and blood, my heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
You know, Thornton's word kind of acts as foreshadowing to this as he told Amaric, "What would you tell the wives and mothers that their husbands/sons died for nothing?" Yeah, especially, yeah, when stuff like that happens, yeah, you definitely develop a, your attachment becomes an emotional one instead of one that's based off of facts or logic, so, you know, it takes something, I guess, equally as emotionally, either emotionally comforting or emotionally devastating, usually the latter, to pull you back out of something like that. Yeah, but usually, yes, when you're arguing or discussing something from a place of emotion, generally logic doesn't really work on you at that point.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
Damn.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do. Makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen.
Oh?
They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
She's not referring to Nidhogg, is she? They will remember the true face of the enemy. Like, is she gonna provoke them? Is she... If the fact that my character wasn't drugged and on the floor didn't already tip you off, yes, I am very much bothered by what's about to happen. Rise up, but are you gonna win? That's the million-dollar question.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping.
Oh, fuck you. I was drugged.
Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Alright, how far along did they get while I was out? Wait, I don't...
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter.
She's talking about, okay, so she's talking about the dragons in general, not one specific. Okay. I wasn't sure if she was talking about the dragons as a species, just one, you know, the dragons as a whole, or Nidhogg specifically. I don't know. Maybe I was reading too much into it.
Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy.
And the worst sin of all, the Warrior of Light literally has a move called Fang and Claw. Like, seriously.
Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
Are you gonna be helping, or, I mean...
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
Maybe not the best thing to do.
See? See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by Dragon's Fang, or death by Nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear.
Well, this just went from bad to worse. And it's so quickly, too, like...
I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
Yeah, we might have to postpone those Dark Knight quests. She's literally using it as, like, a frickin' to sway the people, and you shot her again?
What have you done?
Wait, was this guy in on it? Like, did he kill her on purpose to, drive her point home, or?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
No, he don't seem like the type. Never mind. Man.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
You know, Archer Emanelian. You know, Archer Emanelian never said this shit. That's true. Yeah, he was kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? Shoot her! Shoot the unarmed woman. Yes. The Archer misinterpreted what Emanelian was telling him. He told her to stop her, not shoot her. Yeah. I was wondering if it was a, for a split second, I almost thought he was like a plant, though. Like he was intentionally doing it on purpose to rile everyone up. Yeah, he just misinterpreted what he was saying. I dare say that could not have played out any worse, given that the first commander and Lord Atwarel are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with the messenger who said that they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Emanelian has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak with anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. Sure, they'll have some very colorful opinions on what happened. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The Cherugians tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough, that their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it, or will there be others like them in the True Brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I even can. I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Sir Animic take their bloody change and shove it up their arses. I'll not be taken in by that rot again. So the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards. The blame for all casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, whose among us has not lost loved ones? What are these? Oh. Hellfire weapons. Okay. I'll do this next time. I think what I'll do at the very least, I'll go and unlock Dark Knights. Wherever that NPC may be. Where was he? I remember it. That's where Machinist is, I know that. Not my favorite job, but it has the best questline bar none. Yeah, I heard the questline was really good. It's not this one. By the stairs leading into the slums. Okay. So I should probably go... I think I have a general idea where it is. Probably somewhere around here then. If I had to guess. Believe it's in the upper area. Quests don't preview unless you are in the area. I'm sure I'll find it. It's in Foundation. Pull up the map, look for a level 30. And that's 53. I'm just checking pillars just to make sure. Go by those stairs. The stairs I came or the... Up here? Let me check around here just to make sure. It's in the area. To these stairs. Guys, I apologize. My sense of direction is completely fucked in this game. No, but I was just over here. My bad. Go to the pillars and you should see it on the map. Okay. Pillars it is. I was wondering if it was in pillars, but... This might be it. A dark spectacle. Oh, I'm walking the wrong way. After witnessing a spectacle like that, every day seems rather dull in comparison. Okay, yeah, I think this is the guy. Because I remember the first time I came into Ishgard, right after A Realm Reborn, he was talking about, like, seeing, like something, like, really unusual. I think, okay, that's him? Alright. So you didn't see that trial earlier. Ah, you're lost. Fury take me. The way that heretic swung that slab of iron he called a sword was a sight to behold. He couldn't have carried a shield if he'd wanted to. That blade was so big. Had to keep 2 hands on it at all times. I was amazed he managed to keep up with that temple knight for as long as he did. Well, you see, the thing is, I'm also one who likes very big swords, so that'll be no problem for me. Fought like a demon from the deepest pits of the 7th hell, bellowing threats and working his arts. I wasn't sure what to make of it at first, but then I heard someone say he must be a dark knight. But you didn't hear that from me, eh? In fact, I'm sure I don't know anything about it. Details, please. The gods, are you mad? We're standing outside of the bloody tribunal. Hey, it doesn't matter. It's fine. We took care of Thornton. I mean, we'll be okay. Fine, but keep quiet and listen well, because I'm only going to say this one. Well, no, that's not true, because wasn't one of the Heavensward a Dark Knight too? One of the guys on the Heavensward, he was also of the Dark Knight quest, so that's not even really... Time to do your best Guts impression. I have a copy of Berserk, the first bound volume. I still need to read that. I bought it like this time a year ago, and I still haven't read it. Fine, but keep quiet and listen well, because I'm only going to say this once. The people of Ishgard are in high spirits, for another heretic has answered for his crimes. So, as I was saying, that heretic was fighting like a man possessed. Even after he took several wounds, he showed no sign of pain, though there was no mistaking the blood. As the fight wore on, it began to soak through his armor, spreading to every ailment of his body, but when it began to rise and envelop him as a mist, I realized it wasn't blood, but something dark and twisted. But the righteous are not so easily cowed. Halone be praised. I screamed myself hoarse when that temple knight slipped past his guard and ran him through. Good riddance, I say. Man was not meant to wield such arts. Yet I wonder, was he truly one of those... Well, it matters not. I heard the temple knights talking on dumping his corpse in the broom. By sunrise, it'll be stripped bare and tossed over the walls. It will be as though he never was, as though we never had this conversation. One of the Heavensward had the same stance as the Dark Knight, but he wasn't one according to Yoshi P. Okay. I was wondering about that. That's more than enough. That's more than far enough for charity. They'll take care of the rest. And mayhap sooner rather than later. Come on. Must have fell out of his pocket or something. The little job stone. Bro, what are you doing? What are you trying to pull? You can't have my body. He's alive? Wait. I've been waiting for you to open your eyes. You all right? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Name's Frey, by the way, and no, I'm not a heretic. Try convincing a temple knight drunk on authority then, eh? Shame the pompous arse got the better of me. But how about you? You touched it, yes? That couldn't have felt good. I'm confused. This guy was dead a second ago. A voice, eh? And a rather distressed one besides. Please, someone, anyone! That is a very big, thick sword. Not so fast. We need to talk about what's happening to you, what's growing within you, before you get carried away. There's a darkness within us all. Nothing dangerous, mind. In fact, it's quite healthy. But the crystal changes you, gives you the power to channel it. Do it without proper training, however, and, well, it might hurt. So go ahead, ask me to teach you, ask me to instruct you in the ways of dark knights, and I will. I know you're still worried about that screaming woman, so I'll keep this brief. We Dark Knights don't care one whit for prestige or pedigree. We are free to follow our hearts, to defend the weak and punish the guilty as we see fit. The law of the land, the authority of a name, those are tools cowards use to escape harm. We have no need of shields, figurative or literal. Here, my blade is your blade, my soul crystal, your crystal. Go on, take them. You'll need them soon enough. Achievement unlocked. You afraid of the dark. Okay, let's see. So do I put the stone on first or the weapon? Do I have any? Yep, steel claymore. Shit, should probably put some clothes on. Stone first. Oh. Well, it asked me to put on the weapon before the stone, so... Honestly, most of these are kind of just... It's whatever. Okay, so unlocks Dark Knight. Blood gauge unlocked. This symbol indicates the defensive stance grid in effect, which increases enmity. You can view the job gauge description. Okay. I hate how they put it all the way up there. Blood gauge. %. Save. Save. Time to smack some scumbags around with a giant sword like a certain someone. I guess so. Oh, and I start you at level 30. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, once again, fucked up my hotbar. Hard slash, F and strike. Okay, this is the AoE. Alright, well, hold on, let me reorganize this hotbar, 1 second. I don't remember where interject was. Actually, let me switch to Paladin right quick. I just want to... So stun was here, invuln here, interject over here. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3 combo. Here. Oh, this is the tank stance button. Okay, I'll just put that all the way over here. That's the AoE. What jobs have you gotten so far? I'll pull it up right here. So I've gotten well, now I have 3 out of the 4 tanks. I haven't done Gunbreaker yet. 2 out of the 4 healers. 1 range DPS out of the 3. 2 magic DPS out of the 4. And then 3 melees out of the 5. Dragoon obviously being the one I use the most often. Warrior not being too far behind. And Paladin. For a while, White Mage was the only healer I had. I'm trying to level Scholar and Summoner, and they level at the same time. But yeah, that's the screen right here. You can kind of see how everything's looking. I was thinking, I don't remember if you were here like at the beginning. I said I was probably going to switch to Samurai once I started doing the Stormblood MSQs. But yeah, I think I'll end it here, because yeah, I've been at this for about 3 hours and I'm actually feeling pretty spent right now. But yeah, as far as the story is concerned, yeah, it looks like things really got pretty bad. Nice diversity in roles. Yeah, what I originally wanted to do, I wanted to level up all of the A Realm Reborn jobs and then start Heavensward. And obviously I got burnt out after that, so I decided I'm just going to level whatever I like, which is most of them anyway. I like most of the jobs I've played so far. They're all pretty cool. You know, even I was saying I even said this earlier, like I kind of diss Scholar when I first reviewed A Realm Reborn, but I really like it. I'm really liking it so far as I'm leveling it. Yeah, have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoyed the nice little conversation we had and stuff. But yeah, guys, that'll be it. I'm gonna end the stream in a couple minutes. Alright, cool. Yeah, see you next week, Wolfster. There are role quests in later expansions, keeping them gets rewarding. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.